Hi, this is Len Gosher. I'm here with Gary Hines at the Rocky Lake Recreation Dome site here in the Bedford Commons. Gary, today is Thursday, September the 11th, and I guess it's been about a week since our last update. Even with the Labor Day weekend, this place has been just hopping. Maybe you can give us a quick update as to what's happening.
Yeah, Len, never ceases to amaze me the volume of work that gets done here in the matter of 2 and 3 days. The Simco people have been in here working on the refrigerating unit, and something that the public should be aware of to show the magnitude of the work that they do is they fabricate all their connections, because it's virtually impossible to buy the angles and the connecting pieces that they need. So they're fabricating on site, they're hooking up that unit. Today behind us in the background they're mounting the condenser on the mount beside the dressing room facility. And then you move inside. We brought the boards in this week, and the boards are all inside. They're not in place yet, but they're inside so that we can actually get the doors cut for the emergency exits and get the boards prepped, ready to put in place when the ice is in fact in.
Well, that's great, Gary. And as far as the concrete pour and the rest of it, what'll happen? Will that all take place probably next week or the week after?
We're hoping that we'll be pouring the tail end of next week or the first of the following week. The vapor barrier is all down over the insulation, and the pipe is in the facility ready to be pulled, and it'll just be a matter of when the troops are ready to come in and go to work on them. That is a job that Simco themselves perform as part of their installation.
Well, that's great, Gary. Maybe I could get you to, we'll do a little tour here, and you can take us around and see what's going on.
Perfect.
We're here in the compressor room. As you can hear, there's a lot of noise behind. There's a lot of activity on the site today. Gary's pointing out the 8-inch pipe. That pipe is about 1/4 inch steel, so that's all fabricated here on site. There's a lot of work that really goes into that. And now to Gary's right is the pumps. Now that pump will feed the brine through the system, and that's also been done in the last couple of days. And to Gary's left are the compressor units. And these compressor units, of which there are 2 of them, Simco have put those in place. Those compressor units, just for interest's sake, are 3,500 pounds apiece. To Gary's left again are the chiller units in the background. Those chiller units are, that unit itself is almost 7,000 pounds and will carry all the brine through the system.
Len is now focusing on the condenser unit. Anytime you're making ice and you're getting big temperature changes and so on, you get a lot of condensation. This unit actually pulls the condensation out of the ice stream from the ice surface, so you don't get dripping from the ceiling and so on. It controls the humidity in the air throughout the system. It feeds back into a tank in the mechanical room. Len is now in the electrical room, where we've separated all the electrical panels and all the switches and so on from the general public, so that they won't be interfered with by people coming and going. It will be the responsibility of the mechanical engineer who was running the site to look after the electrical. So we just wanted to show you the magnitude of the panels and so on that it takes to run this facility. We're now standing by the main entrance to the facility. Directly in front of the camera is the part of the airlock that will allow the activists to move in and out of the facility. One door opens, the other shuts. Len is now focusing on the boards that we moved in here this week. This is a set of boards that we picked up used, but they're in incredibly good shape, nice aluminum frames, and the puck board is still good on them. He's scanning around. We've stood them basically in the positions where they will be installed.
This is the tray system that will go on the floor before the rebar. Gary will point out where the pipes fit, and next to the pipe, rebar will be installed between those pipes. That rebar will hold the trays in place. Once the trays are in place on the floor with the rebar, then the additional rebar will go over the top of that prior to the installation of the concrete. At the back end of the facility right now, Gary, we're looking at the black pipe. Maybe you could comment on that.
We are, Len, and that is the next phase, is to drag that pipe down the full length of the ice, flop it in these trays, connect it at the far end, and then return to the header pipe, which in turn will receive the brine from the mechanical room.
As you can see, Gary's coming out of the dome, and you can see the wind that's generated as Gary uses the emergency exit from the building. That dome is pressurized with 1.5 inches of air, and the emergency exits are that only, are emergency exits in the event of a failure in the system.
Len is now focusing on Tim Hortons, and he will swing the camera over onto the road that actually is the access and egress for the rink facility, and he'll show the excavator working in the rock that they had to take out with a breaker. They will be completing a road that has a surface width of approximately 26 feet that will allow easy access and egress and safe access and egress from the site.
Well, look, Gary, thanks very much for taking us around the site. It's busy around here, and it's good to show the people that the construction continues here, and it's going at a very rapid pace now. And as a matter of fact, I think as people can see behind us now, the condenser unit is now in place. So from the Rocky Lake Recreation Dome site, this is Len Goucher and Gary Hines on Thursday, September the 11th, and we'll be back, Gary, I would think probably in another few days, I guess, because things are going so fast around here.
That's right, Len. You must be starting to feel like Steven Spielberg or Spike Lee. You don't look like either one of them.
Not too old. Anyway, that's great, Gary. We'll be back in a few days, and we'll continue with our updates. Once again, Thursday, September the 11th, from the Rocky Lake Dome site here on the Rocky Lake Common. Len Goucher, Gary Hines, and we'll see you next week.